Hi everybody, welcome back to Thursday Live on Facebook. It's our weekly cooking demo. Tonight we're going to be doing some salad dressing since it's summertime and a lot of people have been spending their quarantine doing a lot of gardening. So I know a lot of people have some really fresh veggies that they've been trying to eat. I do want to talk about quickly our hours. We're open 10 to 5 every day except Sunday. We're open 10 to 4. We can allow 10 people into the store at a time with masks covering your nose and your mouth. And we are still always happy to do curbside if you do not feel ready to be out in public yet. Totally get that. Just give us a call, 443-1402, and we'll be happy to help you out curbside. So tonight, salad dressings. So quickly, a basic vinaigrette is oil and some kind of acid, usually vinegar or lemon juice. You can use lime juice or any kind of citrus. So I wanted to mention that we have a lot of different vinegars and oils here in the store. We get a great selection of extra virgin olive oil and a really nice balsamic, 12-year aged balsamic. You'll notice that this has some sediment in it. Perfectly normal. Sometimes it comes like that. It's just because it's first press, it's cold press, and it's really, really fresh. But there's nothing wrong with it. It'll settle down to the bottom, and then when you start pouring, it just mixes in again. So this is really, really good. If you're not here in Maine, you can get Ariston anywhere in the country. Just go to their website and put in your zip code, and it will tell you, it'll has a store locator that will tell you where to find these. Because if you buy them new, it's $2 more, and then you just take your bottles back and get them filled up. So it's a good way to save, and it's really high quality products. They also have some flavored olive oils and some flavored vinegars, which we carry. We also have a champagne vinegar, a sherry vinegar, and a tarragon vinegar, which are great for salad dressings. And then we also have a really nice avocado oil, and we have this really beautiful bottle from, this is from a small vineyard in Italy. They also do olive oil there. And this is really, really fresh and really nice. They only do small, what do you call it? Small batches. Thank you, Heather. Small batches. So let's get started. So the first one that we're going to do is a lemon vinaigrette, and it's really basic and really simple. I'm going to do it in the food processor because I want to show you how you can emulsify it so the vinegar and the oil stay mixed up really well instead of having to shake it every time, which you still will have to after a while. So we're using, again, our favorite food processor. Tonight I'm using the little 4-cup bowl because I don't need very much, and this is going to make it work better. So it's a little bowl, fits right inside the big one. It has its own blade. And I'm going to start by putting in my garlic. Of course, it's a big piece of garlic because, as you know by now, I love garlic. I've got a little bit of sugar, salt, and pepper. And I have some mustard, and this is, believe it or not, a roasted garlic mustard from Stonewall Kitchen. It's really good. If you notice, if you look at the recipes, I also gave you a recipe for an orange vinaigrette that also calls for mustard. They have a really nice Maine maple mustard, which is really good in that particular recipe as well. And I'm going to put in my lemon juice, which is my acid tonight, and we'll just pulse this up and get that garlic minced pretty well. And I think it looks pretty good. We have a little drippage there for some reason. I think that's pretty good. So we're going to now add our olive oil, and we're just going to drizzle this in while the blade is running, and this is going to help it emulsify. So it's just going to go really slowly, hopefully into the food processor. And you can see when I get this off, because I don't know how to use this thing. you can see it's really creamy looking. It's nicely well mixed in there, and that's going to be really yummy. And I'm not going to do it right now, but this is just going to go into one of these jars, whatever size you need. I'm just going to give it a little taste, make sure it has everything it needs. Excellent, very lemony and nice. And I always do try to use fresh lemon juice. I just think it gives it a really good burst of flavor, much better than your frozen stuff that you get at the store. All right, moving right along, we're going to do a creamy ranch dressing here. And I'm going to use dried herbs tonight, but if you have fresh herbs, that is what I would definitely use. Your shelf life may not be quite as long, and you want to use a little bit more of the fresh than you would of the dried, because the fresh tends to have, tends to have a little bit more flavor. Believe it or not, you'd think it would be the other way. So again, we're just going to take a jar. I have a half a cup of buttermilk. And you do want to use buttermilk because that adds a lot, that nice zing that that ranch has. And I have a half a cup of sour cream. And anytime you have if you're making a vinaigrette type dressing and you want it a little thicker, or you want a creamy dressing, you can add sour cream or buttermilk or mayonnaise to it to give it that creamy consistency. Just keep in mind that mayonnaise and buttermilk are going to add a little salty, savory flavor, whereas sour cream is going to cut that a little bit. So just adjust your salt accordingly. And I always taste my dressings just to be sure that the flavor profile is good. So we've got our creamy stuff. This is the mayonnaise, the sour cream, and the buttermilk. I'm going to add my 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then I'm going to add some dill, some parsley, some freeze-dried chives, some garlic powder, and some onion powder. And then I have some salt and pepper in this little bowl here. And I am just going to put the top on this. You want to make sure you have a nice tight fitting lid. And I'm just going to shake it. And that's going to mix it all really well. And as I said before, you can do that lemon vinaigrette the same way. Just put it in a jar and shake it up. You don't have to do it in the food processor. So there you go, folks. That is a ranch dressing, and we'll just give that a little taste. Tastes just like Hidden Valley Ranch, only better because I made it myself. Okay, last but not least, we're going to do a blue cheese vinaigrette. And I'm just going to put all of the ingredients in here and shake it up. So that's 3/4 of a cup of oil. And what I did not mention, but I do in the recipe, is that your basic ratio is going to be 3 oil to 1 vinegar. So 3/4 of a cup to 1/4 of a cup. This is sherry vinegar, which is fabulous and adds a lot of flavor. I have garlic. Whoop. I've got 2 tablespoons of sugar. 2 teaspoons, not tablespoons. I've got some Tabasco, just give it a little bit of a kick. You do not have to put Tabasco in if you don't want to. And then I have, the recipe says 4 to 6 ounces of blue cheese, and this is actually 5 ounces. And I'm going to just put that in. A wide mouth jar is really helpful. As you can see, this is not working. It's not quite as neat as I would like it to be. But like a mason jar or something like that works really well. Or use a funnel, which I could have done. So lid on there. And again, just shake it up. And you've got a blue cheese vinaigrette. So it's probably not a whole lot healthier than a creamy blue cheese, but it feels healthier because you don't have that mayonnaise and sour cream in there. And if you don't like blue cheese, do feta. Feta is really good in salad dressings. Delicious. Might be a little sweet for my liking, but it's good. So 3 really simple salad dressings in about 10 minutes. So don't go buy your salad dressings anymore that have corn syrup and preservatives in them. Just make them at home with what you have in your pantry. So I also do want to mention we have this really awesome Imperial Stout from Austin Brewing. The 100% of the proceeds from this beer go to the NAACP. And then we also have a really nice chilled red wine. This is from Chile. And if you do not like rosés or you're tired of rosés and white wines, this is a really nice alternative. It's cold and refreshing, but you still get some of the tannins that you do from a red wine. So it's really refreshing and delicious with a fresh salad. So again, hours 10 to 5 every day except Sunday 10 to 4. Please come visit us with a mask, and we'd love to see you and hope you have a fabulous evening.